Hello, fifth graders. Miss Zealot here. Today is lesson 1 of Wonders, Unit 2, Week 1. This week's inquiry question is: how did the actions of people long ago affect what happens today? And we will be applying this to today's read aloud, and hopefully you will continue to apply that to your reading for the rest of the week. This week's genre is expository text. Let's review the features of an expository text. Um, an expository text provides facts, examples, and explanations about a topic. It may include text features such as headings, and it presents information in a logical order. This week's comprehension strategy is reread. We have worked with the reread strategy in past weeks, so it is a review. Let's just talk about that strategy for a moment and why it's useful to us as readers. Well, first of all, as we're reading, we want to make sure that we're understanding or comprehending what we're reading and not missing any of the important facts or details. So we go back and we may find ourselves thinking, oh, I'm not sure if I'm fully understanding that or if I'm going to be able to remember and recall that later in a conversation. So we go back and reread it. All right, well, let's take a look here. So again, we will be applying our reread strategy and our inquiry question: how do the actions of people long ago affect what happens today? So let me get ready for our read aloud here. Okay, again, as I read today, I will be applying the reread strategy. All right, let me begin here. And again, the title of our read aloud is The Mayflower Compact, Setting a Course. Many historians agree that the Mayflower Compact was the first step towards self-government in the United States. However, the document might not have been written if its creators hadn't been blown off course. The Mayflower set sail from England in September of 1620. On board were crew members, merchants, and religious separatists. The separatists wanted to break away from England's main church and start their own. The merchants simply wanted to expand their business interests overseas. The two groups had permission to create a new settlement near the Virginia colony in North America. So I'm just going to pause here for a moment and think. I recall reading that there were two groups of people on their way to North America, but I'm not sure who they are and why they wanted to go to America. So I'm going to go back and reread this paragraph. The Mayflower set sail from England in September of 1620. On board were crew members, merchants, and religious separatists. So I just discovered that in addition to the crew members of the ship, the groups were merchants or businessmen and religious separatists. And religious separatists, they wanted to separate or break away from England's church or England's main church. And the reason they want to go to America, it states, so they can start their own church. And then it also says the merchants simply wanted to expand their business interests. So using the reread strategy was very helpful in answering those questions. All right, let's continue. The transatlantic journey was difficult. Rough seas and storms challenged the crew and passengers. After 66 days of sailing, the Mayflower reached land. However, the ship had not arrived in Virginia as planned. It anchored along Cape Cod instead. This would later become part of the state Massachusetts. Forming the compact. Some of the Mayflower's passengers looked for a suitable spot for the colony. Others worried that they were not authorized to stay there. The merchants and separatists did not agree on many things, especially religion. Rumors of mutiny spread about the ship. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm fully understanding some things. So, and it's particularly, I'm not sure why some of the passengers were worried that they were not authorized to stay in the spot. So I'm going to go back and read the previous paragraph here and figure out why they were so worried. Okay. The transatlantic journey was difficult. Rough seas and storms challenged the crew and passengers. After 66 days of sailing, the Mayflower reached land. However, the ship had not arrived in Virginia as planned. It anchored along Cape Cod instead. Oh, I see. So they were worried because originally they were given permission to go to Virginia, and they actually, because of rough seas, ended up in Cape Cod. That's why they were worried that they hadn't been given authorization to stay there. All right, let's continue. To maintain peace, passengers created a document. This compact would be a guide for the group's self-government. By signing, the members promised to overlook their differences. Instead, they focused on their common goals. They agreed to just and equal laws. They also elected a governor for what would become the Plymouth colony. Again, I'm going to stop here and think for a moment. I know this paragraph gives important information about the selection's main idea, which is the Mayflower Compact. But I want to reread it to make sure I understand the purpose of the Mayflower Compact. Okay, so listen carefully. To maintain peace, passengers created a document. Okay, so first of all, I'm understanding that it was created to maintain peace. Then it states this compact would be a guide for the group's self-government. It also states by signing, the members promised to overlook their differences. Instead, they focused on common goals. And this, by signing this compact, they agreed to just and equal laws. Okay, great. All right, let's read on. A lasting influence. Over the years, the Mayflower Compact had inspired other documents, including the United States Constitution. Because of that, the Compact's authors were later called the nation's Pilgrim Fathers. By working together, the Pilgrims had charted a new course for their entire country. So I'm going to take a look here at our inquiry question. The inquiry question, how do the actions of people long ago affect what happens today? Well, in that last paragraph, it talked about over the years, the Mayflower Compact had inspired other documents, including the United States Constitution. And I'm sure that that document has inspired many other documents as well. All right. Well, as you are doing your reading today, please apply your reread strategy to better understand and comprehend what you're reading. And think about this week's inquiry question. How do the actions of people long ago affect what happens today? All right, you enjoy your day, and I shall see you later.